recording. My phone will go off and 3 people will walk in. All right, if you look at your outline, let's turn to the handy dandy ebook. It says that we've got to go over 5.4 and 5.5. I think I've covered up to 5.3 with y'all, correct? Which is multiplicative law. So let's look at 5.5. I usually don't cover 5.5, but let me look at it. Just what I think it is. I don't cover it. So. Yeah, I cover that. What does that line say? 5.5? Oh, 5.4. I skipped over 5. 5.4 is the one. So I've subconsciously skipped over it. Let me see. I think I don't do this one. Conditional probability and the general multiplicative. I thought I covered. Just hold on a minute. Let me look over this. Nah. So I'm going to go to the handy dandy homework. Go ahead and take that off. Of course, some of y'all handies have a fit. .4. Okay, I haven't assigned it, so let's just go ahead and delete it. And that way some of y'all won't have connections. So I want everybody, if you've got a highlight, what is 5.6? That's not even in the book, is it? Nah, delete that one too. And that would be 5.3, and then I'll go ahead and assign 5.5 today. That way it'll be assigned. And we'll go ahead and set settings for class. And what's today? Today is the what? What month is it? 6. Two people. One walked in, one just texted me. Told you, as soon as I hit record, y'all gonna fail. Okay, 29th. Is that it right there? And I'll put 8 o'clock, because I always start them at 8 and turn them off at 9. No, I don't put a date on it right yet. There. Now 5.5 should be ready for y'all to go. Okay, let me go ahead and change one more thing right quick. Because I'll do it here, I need to do it with the other one. Let me change that. I took off 5.5 sign, and take off 5.4. And 5.6. Well, I forgot to ask y'all, is that okay with y'all if I take those 2 sections off? Like y'all don't want. Oh no, we want to do 2 more sections of homework. Okay. I think that's good now. All right, so we're going to do 5.5 today. And that should put y'all up ready for a test next week. So that means Monday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, whatever day y'all come back. That means y'all will be doing a review or homework questions. So make sure you send in homework questions. I know I've got a couple to go over, but I'm going to wait until next week to go over those. Okay? Just letting you know. Because what I like to do is I like to present all the material and then have a couple of days of questions, and then go over the test. That's what I like to do. Ready for class. Okay. At 12:45. Okay. Hold on. And I also like to keep my 103 class in line with my 120 class, and that's another reason I'm taking off those two sections. So hopefully y'all won't cry too much. Somebody will moan and complain about it. I don't know whoever would, but what's the rule? You always got to remember there's always what? There's always one person. There's always one person who's going to do the unexpected. Okay? All right, so I got the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm just trying to keep up with 1, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we only got about 4, maybe 5 missing there. Good. All right, so let's go to the handy dandy ebook again, where I was at. And we're going to be talking about counting. Now, of course, everybody says, well, I can count. Everybody in here can count, but that's not what we're actually testing you on. Counting is what we call higher level counting. It's also called factorial. You ever seen the exclamation point in math? Well, it doesn't mean exclamation point. It means factorial. And I'm fixing to show it to you. We ever get by all the pictures and everything. There we go. Factorial. There we go. The factorial key is on your calculator, and it's under Math, and it's like number 3 or 4. So you want to do this. So pull up your calculator, your handy dandy virtual calculator that you have on your computer, and hit Math and probability. There is your number 2, number 3, and number 4. Everybody see those? Those are the 3 that you're going to be using in this section. Right there, NPR, which is a permutation, NCR, which is a combination, and the exclamation point, which is the factorial. Okay? Now, the way that you use them, I'll go ahead and show you how to use them, and you can write them in your notes, so that way when we get to it, while we're on it. The way a factorial, let me just go ahead and pull up my handy dandy whiteboard. Can just checking the Skype people. Can everybody see the calculator in my board? Just give me a thumbs up or say okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, one person. Yeah. Okay, good. All righty. Factorial. Here is the factorial symbol. Factorial Hubertism definition. Multiply numbers in their natural sequence to 1. So what is 5 factorial? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 5 times 4 is 20, 20 times 3 is 60, 60 times 2 is 120. Now, if you did 6 factorial, you would just multiply 6 times 5 times blah, blah, blah. Or you could just say 6 times what? This is 120. 6 times all this, or 6 times 120, which is what? 720. 7 factorial. You could say 7 times 6 times 5 times 4, or you could say 7 times what? 6 factorial, which is this right here, this whole thing right here, which would be what? 50, 40, somebody check me. Well, let's check it with the calculator since y'all are so slow. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Okay. I got to save space. There's a cardboard box in the back of my truck. You can go get in it. Okay, so I'm going to put in my handy dandy. Hold on a second. Oh, I thought there was somebody wanting to Skype in. Sorry. Checking this email. Okay, it's not important email, it's just email. General announcement. Okay, so 7 factorial, you type in 7. Oops. 7 alpha, not alpha, math, probability, and go down to factorial, and there it is. Enter. Now, what if you want to do 8 factorial? Well, you don't have to do all that. You just hit second, entry, and change that 7 to an 8, which would be 8 times 50. 8 times 50 is what? 400, Hubert. That's right, class. And then 8 times is 320, so that would be 4320. I mean, it's the next thousands up or whatever. 43,000. Yeah, thank you. I was doing it in my head. There it is, 40,320. Now, if you want to do 10 factorial, hit second, entry, which is second, enter, and hit second, insert, delete, 10, delete, and enter. Now, I think your calculator will go up to about 70 or 72, and then that's it. Let's see which one it is. 72, second entry. I think 72 or 73 is about as high as it'll go. Yep, somewhere around there. Try 70. Okay. Well, y'all figure it out. Let's try 69 just for you guys and see if it'll work. 69. There you go. 69 is about it, and that's a BA number. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be a big number. Talking about 90 zeros. Okay, which is about how much money Bill Gates has in the bank. Huh? Yep. So that's that. So that's factorial. Now, why do you use factorial? Well, something simple such as how many different words can you make up with the word smile? That's not good. Oh, so what you put? Smile. You might see a test question like this on a standardized test. In other words, how many different words can you make up? Not that they mean anything, but how many different arrangements of those 5 letters? Well, that would be 5 factorial. How many letters there are? 5 factorial. So there's 5 letters, so that would be 5 factorial. Which is what? 120. So there's 120 different combinations of SMILE. Now, when would you use this? Think of an alarm code. Some alarm codes are alphabetical, some are numeric. Okay, some let you repeat, some don't. But something basic like this, how many different arrangements of SMILE? You could have the same thing with, 9 or 10, because 10 is how many letters, how many numbers are between 0 and 1. I mean, 0 and 9. Okay, there's 10 numbers there. So it would be like 10 factorial. Or 6 factorial, depending on how many digits you punch into your code. Okay, so for those of you who have alarm, whatever you call them, alarm system or whatever. Y'all seen these new alarm systems that you put on your night lights and they go to your phone? I think those would be cool. If I lived in a crime-ridden area or some, a close area, I believe I would do something like that. Watch it. Some guy's gonna hook up a shotgun to one of those things. You wait and see. That'd be cool. You activate the shotgun from your phone. I like it when the guy says knuckleheads and he pushes the siren and the siren goes off and they run off. Wouldn't it be great if you could unleash 4 or 5 German Shepherds with the touch of your phone? I think they ought to make a commercial with, okay, knuckleheads, beep, and the siren goes off, but also a little remote control door comes off of a Doberman picture. No, Rottweilers, that's it. 4 or 5 Rottweilers. Now that would be entertainment. Now some person's going to call and say I offended them. Okay, so that's factorial. Now everything that we do from here on out is based on factorial. Now, let's go ahead and look at the formulas. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the formulas first so you can write them down. And I really don't care if you use them, but I have to show you the formulas because some people don't have calculators. I mean, with calculators that do it for you. You better get one. Share one, rent one, borrow one during a test, whatever the case may be, because it's going to save you a whole lot of time. All right, let me move over to the formulas if I can find them real quick. Permutation. There is a permutation. Blow it up a little bit for those people who can't see. They sit on the back row usually. It always happens. The person that says, can you blow it up a little? Guess where they're always sitting? In the back. On the very back row. Now that is a permutation. Permutation has to deal with order. Make sure you put number 3 down, because that's how you tell the difference in a permutation question and a combination question. Always remember, n is the biggest number. So if you're given a question and you're asked about to do a permutation, you've got to figure out which one's n and which one's r. N is your biggest number, r is your smallest number. Now, again, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I might show you how to use and you just use the store features on your calculator. That's it. That's just basic math. After you do the factorial, it's basic division. So you use your calculator for that. But you can use the NPR in your calculator and be a whole lot faster. And I'll show you how to use both. Okay? The combination, if permutation means order, then what does combination mean? What's the opposite of order? No order, Hubert. That's right, class. Y'all suck. There is combination. And number 3, what does it say? No order. So write the combination one down. Now the reason you need to know the formula is just in case something happens to your calculator, you can still do it by hand. It'll just take you a lot of time to do it. permutation. Permutation. For you Excel people, if you don't want to have to use the calculator and you like dealing with Excel, you can do it in there. Let me blow it up a little bit so you can see. Let's say I have n is equal to 25 and r is equal to 3. And I want to do a combination. And a permutation. The combination is called combin, I think. Type in equals COM. See, there it is. Oops. There it was real quick. Hold on. There it is. See it right there? Well, I guess I'll just type it in since I can't get it over there. There we go. Combin, parentheses, 25, comma, 3. Permutation is permu, I think. Just type in the first few letters. There it is, permute. Permute. U-T-M-U-T. Parentheses, 25, comma, 3. And that's why you have, now, somebody tell me why you think the permutation will always be bigger. That's not rhetorical, I'm asking y'all for input. You know, it means you need to speak.
Because it has replacement?
No, replacement is with multiplicative law, whoever that was. Can't see when y'all don't answer. I mean, when I can't see, I don't know who that was. But that's a good thought, but that's on the multiplicative. Because, what do you mean the order? What does order have to do with it? An order, that's right, Mr. Gouldsby. Order is another level. Okay, first you do the combinations, and then if you add the order, you're putting another level of organization into the numbers, right? It's kind of like if I put y'all in alphabetical order, and then I put y'all in alphabetical order, but then I put you in terms of male and female. I'm giving you another level of distinction, right? Well, when you put another level of distinction into a combination and turns into a permutation, it gives you more options. Let's say I give you, how many people in here could make up a committee? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's 8. There's 18 in class today, so you know that'd be 18 combination of 4. But then I say, well, let's not make it into a committee. Let's make it into a board with a chairman, a vice chairman, a treasurer, and a secretary. And then you go, okay, that adds another layer onto the 4. Now I got to do the 4 with another layer of how many of y'all can be president, how many of y'all can be vice president. Well, good gracious, you go crazy thinking about those different combinations. So that's why it adds another layer. Let's see, 18. 4-member committee, and then a 4-member committee with 4 officers. And it didn't, let me write it. Equals, I screwed up, hold on. Just give me a second. This, comma, this, comma, this, and delete the. So if I just do a 4-member committee of everybody that's Skyped in and everybody's here today, I could get 3,060 combinations. But if I added another layer of organization to it and say, okay, of those 4-member committees, how many can I make different committees with different variations of officers? And you're talking about 73,000 combinations. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, let's take these 4 people right here. Stone, Goolsby, Williams, Smith, Williams, and Smith. Okay? I'm sorry. The woman in 103, y'all remind me of each other. All right? So, Smith, Williams, Goolsby, and Dawn. Now, that's 4. But, that's just one group. Well, let's go ahead and do chairman. Chairman, vice chairman, treasurer, secretary. Chairman, vice chairman, treasurer, secretary. Chairman, vice chairman, secretary, treasurer. Chairman, vice chairman, secretary, treasurer. Chairman, vice chairman, secretary, treasurer. Ms. Smith hasn't been secretary yet, or treasurer, whatever. And that's 6. So you see how a whole group can be just mind-boggling. Yeah, Hubert. Yeah. Y'all suck. So if you have, let's say you have 50 people, and you want a committee of 5, and you want it in order. You're talking big numbers then. Now do you see why it's called counting? Because if you had to do this in your head, you might as well just roll up paper and throw it away. Why? I mean, you wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, think about it. You'd have to sit here and take, okay, I'm going to have to take a piece of different colored paper for everybody, and then I'm going to have to, and then you just give up. So that's why we have factorials. If you are in any kind of arbitration, accounting, anything dealing with a lot of numbers, you're going to be using factorial. Most of the time, arbitration. What's arbitration? That's when you have no people skills, and somebody puts you, like Squidward, I hate people, people hate me, and they stick you in the corner of a building with a door that has no glass on it, and you have all the things you need in there. Basically, you're in a big closet called an office, and nobody ever speaks to you, and all you do is what? Crunch numbers. That's all you do. It's called actuary. All right? You get to make a lot of money, but you pretty much suck at life because nobody wants to be around you. I'm trying to think of somebody that, okay. Has anybody ever seen A Beautiful Mind?
Yes, I have.
Okay, thank you for the interaction, Skype people. The class sucks, okay? 2 people in the class don't suck, all right? Beautiful Mind, Russell Crowe plays Cash. I can't think of his first name now. I want to call him Russell Cash, but it's not Russell. John Nash. John Nash is one of those people. John Nash is one of those people that would say hello to you and you would want to beat the crap out of him because of the way he said hello to you. Just not a people person. And that's what you call a recluse. It's somebody that's not sociable. There's socially awkward people, and then there's people like John Nash. I know a lady, she's as sweet as she can be, got a big heart, beautiful woman, okay? She's about 60 or 70 now, I can't remember. But she could say good morning to you. My father used to say, this woman could say good morning to you, and you'd want to punch her in the face. She just has no people skills. And that's what arbitrary. They sit in the office all day, just like Russell Crowe did in that movie, and when he wanted to, and when he had to go teach, he just write a problem on the board and leave because he had no people skills. All right. What the heck has that got to do with this? Well, that's the kind of job that you do in this county. All right. When you think of a NASA engineer, think of a person that does the numbers for an insurance company. That's where you see a lot of actuaries in the insurance company. And then, of course, you've got accounting. People do a lot of accounting. How about Las Vegas? Does Las Vegas use these numbers. Yes, Las Vegas uses because a lot of lottery type gambling situations we're going to talk about here in just a minute are done with the permutations. Okay, so you know how to do it on a calculator. You know how to do it on the Excel spreadsheet. Now, how do you do it by hand? Well, you just plug and chug. Let me give you an example. Let's take our handy dandy virtual whiteboard that we carry around with us and turn it white. There we go. And let's say we're going to do 26 combination of 4 and 35 permutation of 6. I want everybody to plug this into your formula. What's the formula over here? What's the combination formula? It's n factorial over n minus r factorial. Y'all check it. Okay, it's the one. Yeah, because it's okay. N factorial over n factorial times n minus r factorial. No, r factorial. Over n minus r factorial. And then the other one, you just drop the r, right? So that's n factorial over n minus r factorial. Now, I'll do this much for you because I don't think y'all can do this, so I'll do it for you. Plug in the numbers. 26 over r factorial is 4 factorial times 26 minus 4 factorial. That's the hard part. And over here it's going to be 26 factorial over 26 minus 4 factorial. Now, I want y'all to take the calculators and I want y'all to do this operation right here. And if you can do it and get the right answer, then you're okay. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Let's see.
It's okay.
Thought it was the same problem. No, Russia hacked into my brain. It's Russia's fault. There we go. And do those two. Is there anything happening in the news? Nothing locally? Channel 4 is creating some kind of panic on anything? Maybe it's not. Huh? Kid getting food. Where?
Somebody shot the tree.
I had a good friend of mine commit suicide last week. I think that's another reason we have death. We have death so we can always be remembered. We can always remember that we're only one heartbeat away from it. Not to mention population control. That's all right. Huh? China, good gracious, they just go around shooting people. They got way too many people. But the United States is such an awful country. We're such an awful country. I think that's what I wish I had. I wish I had a button where every time somebody says the United States is awful, just hit a button and it scoops them up, puts them in Iraq or Afghanistan or Venezuela, the socialist country. Y'all know what's happening in Venezuela, don't you?
Is it like a civil war or something?
Yeah, the people are starving and they're taking over the government. They're trying to take over the government because they're starving to death. Socialism is so good. Give me a socialist country that's been successful. There's not. Nothing is what? Free. Good job. Somebody taught you well. Who was that? Nothing is free. So, you don't even have to do this on paper. All you do is take your handy-dandy calculator, virtual calculator that you carry around on your computer, and you type in 26 factorial. 26 math factorial. Everybody got that number? And you stow it. That's stow, where you get the bread. And I'm going to say alpha n for what? What does the n stand for? That's not rhetorical. What does the n stand for? What's the top of the fraction called?
It's the numerator, Hubert.
Thank you. I appreciate the Skype class paying attention. Y'all suck. What? Oh, yeah, I heard her. She was like, enunciate. Enunciate and volume. You don't say the answer to a question is, that's like some of these people leave a voicemail on my phone in my office. I won't even respond to it. I recorded one and I played it all for the people around. I mean, my constituents, not my constituents, my colleagues. They couldn't understand it. I mean, I think they were drunk or high, one of the two. Anyway, now let's do the bottom. All right, what's 26 minus 4? 22, Hubert. That's right, class. So I'm going to do second entry, or second enter, and I'm going to put in 22 factorial. And I'm going to multiply that by parentheses 4 factorial. So I'm going to put in parentheses and then 4. I can hit second. I don't know if it'll let me do it or not. Nope, it won't. So 22, I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Enter. There's 22 factorial. I'm going to store that. I'm going to stow alpha D for denominator. And then I'm going to store the other one, 4 factorial. I'm going to store it C. So D and C are together. Okay? So second, enter, second, enter. And I'm going to change that to 4, delete.
Hey, Mommy. Hey.
24, so I don't need to store that. I can remember 24. So 24 times alpha D is that number, and I'm going to store that in alpha D. And now what I do? Alpha N divided by what? Alpha D, Hubert. That's right, class. And that's what I got. Now, it is possible to do that without even writing, but you got to think. You got to use your calculator. And that's how you use your calculator. Okay? Taking the square root of 25 is not how you use your calculator. That is not how, no. That's called you're an idiot and you need to do better. Okay? This is why you use your calculator. All right, so let's do a check. Let's do 26 combination of 4. It's a miracle.
Mommy.
You got it right. Okay? All right. Question. That's how you do combination. Now to do permutation, clear. Numerator, 35 factorial. Second, enter. Second, enter. Second, enter. Second, enter.
Mommy.
Microphone, please. I hate to ask, but please. There we go. 35, second, insert, 3, 5, leave, enter. That's our numerator. So stow, alpha, n, numerator. Okay. And somebody get kicked out. Everybody okay? Okay. Everybody still up? Everybody still good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mr. Boyd's still here. Is everybody still here? I think we are. Okay. All right. There's the numerator. 35 minus 6 is what?
29.
Thank you, Mr. Gould. We appreciate it. At least you didn't go, like that guy did on the 29 factorial, store, alpha, D for denominator. And now we just take alpha n, oops, alpha n divided by alpha D. Now we check it. 35, math, permutation, 6. Look up there. I didn't get a single digit off. I'm smart. So now you can do it on the calculator, you can do it by hand, and you can do it on the Excel spreadsheet. Okay? Now the only other way to do it is you try to do it with a Sally Homemaker calculator. And if you do that, it'll take you 15 minutes because you can't do factorial and it's just going to be a pain. And I'm not going to spend the time to go through a Sally Homemaker calculator. You're just going to have to get off the hip and steal or borrow or share or buy a calculator. Okay, I'm sorry. Or use the Excel spreadsheet. I'm sorry, what?
I found a TI-83 calculator on Amazon. It's used but in good condition for $20.
All right. Somebody will take advantage of that. Hold on.
You can also download the app on your phone for $3.
Yes. That's give that address if you would. Do you have it? Is that Miss Grant?
Yeah, it's just in your app store, like in your Google Play Store or your Apple iStore.
And what's it called?
Search TI-83.
TI-83.
Yep.
If those of y'all, is that Android or iPhone?
Mine's on an iPhone, but my son has it on his Droid. So.
Okay. And I used to send everybody to wabbit.emu, and that's what this. Everybody see this icon? Well, Webbit.emu has these right here. So
I don't know, something.
you gotta save the DLLs or whatever. You gotta do what it asks you to do. It'll but go to TI. What'd you say, Miss Grant? TI plus
83.
Oh, TI-83. And the reason I tell everybody to use TI-83 is because TI-83 is Texas Instruments, what used to be their TI-81. In other words, that's their bottom level now, TI-83. So that's the one you'll find more free apps with, is with the bottom level. Okay? Back when the TI-83 was positive, you could get a TI-81 for hardly nothing. And the same thing with this. TI-83 is kind of the bottom line now. You don't need a TI-89 unless you're going to be in calculus. That's a waste of money if you're not going to be in calculus. Okay? Question. Now, where are you going to see this on a test? This is where you're going to see it. And I'm going to go to the internet. Let me find the internet. We're going to go to the South Carolina Lottery.com. Huh? Yeah, I won it. I just hadn't told anybody. Yep. Sorry. But y'all know if I won it, I'd drive up in a brand new Dodge pickup truck. Everybody say, Hubert's done won the lottery. And I say, yep, I sure have. Yeah, I put 15 smokestacks on it. Have them all across the back window. Idiots. Yeah. And then I put video cameras. I mean, put TV screens behind the seats. And yeah, there we go. Yep. They're not even going there. Yep. Here we go. Everybody read that first one right there. Write it down, because that's basically what it's going to say on your test. Select 5 different numbers from 1 to 69 in the upper play area, and then select 1 to 26 in the Powerball field. So you got 5 balls that are white, ping pong balls, okay? And they are numbered 1 to 69. And then the Powerball, which is the red ball, is numbered 1 to 26. And you have to pick those numbers, and if you match them, then you win the lottery. Now, who's smarter? Somebody that buys a million tickets or somebody that buys 1 ticket?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Cause come on. Just a second. Yeah, that's right. Good thinking. That's right. Well, 1 is the answer, but how do you prove it? Well, I'll show you. It's real easy. 1 to 69, 1 to 26. Everybody got that? Now, there's an old saying about the lottery. You can't win if you don't what? If you don't play. So whenever they ask you about a winning, when you see the word winning, anytime you see the word winning in a lottery question, that means that it's assumed that you're buying at least what? 1 ticket. Okay, so when you're dealing with the word winning a lottery, if the word winning is in the question, that means that you at least buying 1 ticket. It won't say that, but they've gotten better in the book. I guess after complaint after complaint after complaint, they finally put, even though it's supposed to be understood that you can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket, but sometimes they don't say it with 1 ticket. They'll say it with 10 tickets. If you buy 10 tickets, what's your probability of winning? But 1 ticket, they don't say that. They just put the word winning, and that's assuming that you buy at least 1 ticket. Don't ask me, okay? If they don't, if they just ask you the odds, then you don't need the 1, okay? If they're just saying what are the odds, then you just say 292 million, all right? But they're not going to ask you that. They're going to ask you what are the odds if you want to win. That's usually the question you're going to get. And if you're looking at the odds, or if you're looking at how to play the lottery on the directions, what naturally do they assume that you're fixing to do? You're fixing to play the lock, okay? So it's kind of, think about it. All right, get that out of the way. This whole thing is going to be under 1 because I'm assuming that I'm buying 1 ticket. So I've got to put the 1 there, and then I've got to put in, what was it, 69? 69 combination of 5 times 26 combination of 1. Now, why am I using combination? Yeah, just come on back one minute. That's fine. Why am I using combination instead of permutation? Because it says nothing about order, Hubert. That's right, class. It says nothing about order. Does it? No, it doesn't. So when it doesn't say anything about order, it's assumed that it's a combination. So go ahead and do that math now. Because I'm going to do it on the Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to do it on the Excel spreadsheet for a reason. Just for the class, a reason. So I'm going to go here and be putting it in. N is equal to 69 and 5. And N is equal to 26 and 1, which that's going to be 26. R is equal to 1. I spell how you spell ticket. T. Brain bubble there for a minute. I'm looking for. No, it's not that. It's just I don't know how to lock. It's supposed to lock that, but I can't lock it. And it's not. This is not going to be right. No, it's not going to be right. Lock. I would lock the front. Not like that. Nope. Okay, I'll just do this. There's a reason I'm doing this. Y'all don't have to do it. I'm doing it for a reason. Alrighty, so, and since y'all see this, let's go ahead and just change this to, since in the real world, what do we go to? 2 digits, tenths, or hundredths? So let's take it down to 2. There we go. And since we're go ahead and try that, let's just change those to percent so you can really understand. So, Bubba says, I'm going to win this lottery. Bubba goes out and buys 10 tickets. Then he buys 100. Then he buys 1,000. Bubba's not very smart, is he? One of the biggest things about the lottery when it came to South Carolina, we just had got rid of the poker machines, which was like crack cocaine and cigarettes to those industries, okay? I mean, it was. Crack cocaine and cigarettes to the tobacco and to the drug industry. They just busted out to all people. Everybody just took advantage of them. All right. Well, the poker machines did that to the gambling industry. That was the crack cocaine and the cigarettes of the gambling industry. Everybody could do it, and they'd spend all day in front of the poker machines. If anybody in here remembers the poker machines, it was pretty bad. I mean, people would be sitting at these convenience stores, and I've seen this happen. We'd be sitting at the convenience stores for 6-7 hours, the kids running around in diapers, you know, playing them poker machines. You remember? I do distinctively. And I thought they were awful, and I was the one that wanted them out of here. And people say, well, what do you feel about the lottery? I said, well, I don't mind the lottery. Because the lottery, and I hate to say this, but, you know, my kids grew up asking me, why do people smoke cigarettes? And I told them, I said, back around the 1900s, people used to smoke a pipe or a big cigar or whatever after a long day of what? Work. But what changed that? The cigarette. The cigarette changed that to where people just eat them, okay? And I hate to say that, but you met these people that smoke 3, 4 packs a day. Oh my God, they just eat them. Might as well say it. They get on the elevator, and after they get off the elevator, 3 days later, you can still smell the being on the elevator. Okay, those are the people I'm talking about. Crack cocaine. What did that do to the drug industry? Everybody could what? Get it. Everybody. Same thing with the poker machines. The poker machines did to the gambling industry what those two things did to those industries, and people were going crazy with it. All right. So I was glad to get them out of here. Why did people not want the lottery? Because we live in South Carolina. And what is South Carolina? We're 3 things. What are we? Dumb. What's the other thing? We're racist. And what else? Poor. We're all 3 of them, okay? We're stupid, dumb, and racist. We're racist, dumb, and poor. All three of those. Except for Mississippi, we ain't got a leg to stand on. All right? So, everybody around America said you can't take the lottery in South Carolina because those poor people are stupid. They will spend all their paycheck on lottery because they thought that we would be like Bubba and go out and buy 1 million tickets on the first day. All right? And that's one of the biggest problems they had with, and was it South Carolina that had a problem with it coming? No, it was people outside of South Carolina who were saying, no, these people are too stupid. You're going to have all these people going into poverty because of the lottery. Yeah. It's kind of like when you have something happen in South Carolina and all these people from Washington come into South Carolina and tell us how we should handle it. Excuse me? Anyway, that's why. So who's smarter? Bubba buying 1 ticket or Bubba buying 1 million tickets? 1. You got the same chance. And you can spread it out if you want to. You can go, you can spread it out to 10 digits if you wanted to. But, yeah, Bubba buying 3 million in the lottery you only win 5 million. But he buys 3 million tickets. That's it. You can tell people you won the lottery. So now, when you start to get to 10 million tickets, then you start to get a 33% chance. But the lottery only shuts off at 20. That's the minimum it starts at, is 20 million. So if you put in 10 million, you should at least be 50%? You ain't even 50%. So the whole thing of the lottery is you don't play thinking you're going to win. You play for what? You play for fun. There's a difference. Okay? When you start playing to try to pay your dadgum electric bill, that's not good. And you could have paid your electric bill last week before you played the lottery. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Now, what if you add a little bit of order to that thing? Oh, we need to check. We said that 1 ticket is 1 over what? 292,201,338, right? Let's go check and see if we know what we're talking about. Let's go to the South Carolina Lottery and let's check the odds. Oh my gosh, look at there. We got it right. We are smart. Even though we're from South Carolina, we're smart. And that's how you do it. Now, how did they get that? Well, they just didn't multiply by the red ball, which is what we got. Look on your Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
11 million. There it is. So you've got 292 million chances of winning. You might have a better chance of getting hit by a bus in the parking lot out there. In the parking lot. Did y'all see that guy get hit by the bus on TV? This old Fox News over in England. He was walking down the road and the bus was veering off and knocked the crap out of him. He got up and walked into the bar. Yeah, that'd be what I was saying. He did. You have to Google it. The guy is like 2 days ago. He was just walking down, and it's one of them buses that they call. What do they call them down in Charleston? Trolley. Yes, it's a trolley. It's a dang bus. All right. Don't you love how these people call these things this? And it's a dang bus. You get on it, it smells like a bus. You can smell the diesel fumes. It's a bus. A trolley. Well, this trolley was coming down, and he just kept on going, and the curve was right here, and he just kept on going, and he ran into that guy. The guy went about 3 or 4 feet in the air, and then rolled about 5 or 6 times, and then got up and walked into the bar where he was going. Didn't even limp. He probably felt it the next day, though. I can't believe y'all didn't see that. Oh, it didn't have to do with Russia. That's it. I'm sorry. If it'd been in Russia, you would have saw it. Exactly. So if you did a permutation, all you do is change this to, well, just copy all this. Control C, Control V, and change this to permute. PER. And change this to permute, which it won't change. I don't think it'll change that one. Now, instead of 292 million, now to win the lottery, you'd have to buy at least what? 200 million to have a decent chance. 1%, you get at 50 million or 5 million. Is that 5 million?
Mhm.
So order does nothing but add what? More probability, because you got another layer that you got to win. I hope they never change that, but I ain't even gonna buy one then.
So we changed it.
I buy, let's see, I buy 10 every week. I'm right here. But I don't want to do that. I'm right here. I've only got that much. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Out the field.
First thing I would do, if I won, let's say if I won 22 million, I would take 2 million and blow it. Just blow it. Buy tractors and bulldozers, and cows, and new trucks. I just buy all I could buy. I might give my kid $20.
Social business. Social capital.
No, I wouldn't start nothing. People say, would you quit your job? Nope. You know what I'd do? This is no joke. I would keep my job for 6 months. That way I could blow all 6 paychecks. I'd love just to blow my paycheck. Just take it and blow it. And then after that, I'd quit. No, I probably wouldn't, because I'm too close to retirement.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow away my retirement. But anyway, the 20 million, I would take that and put it in a savings account until I could talk to a lawyer/accountant and find out how I could keep most of it. That's the first thing you need to do when you come into money. Okay? All right, so that's how you're going to use this. The other type question you're going to get is a committee question. There's 40 people in a club. Okay? And they want to have officers on a board with 4 members, 4 officers. And it'll say chairman, vice chairman, president, vice president, and that's going to be a permutation. So you would do permute 40, comma what? 4. And then they're going to ask, well, what if you just did a committee? I don't know if that's spelled right. Committee don't have any officers, so it's going to be 40 what? Combine. 40, comma 4. That's the two type questions that you'll see pretty much with permutation and combinations. Capiche? Comprende?
Yeah.
How does the Skype folks feel? Y'all feel good? Okay, they don't say anything. They all went to sleep. Okay, we got 1 person out of 6. The rest of them are asleep. All right. This is what I foresee. I foresee y'all coming to class Wednesday or Thursday whenever y'all come back and asking questions. You better have your Ask My Instructor questions sent to me, because after that I'll determine if we're having a test or not. I know that some of y'all have sent a couple of questions, and I'm waiting until Wednesday to go over them. Probably Wednesday and Thursday and Tuesday the next week. Tuesday we'll be uploading the test and going over it. Y'all got it? So somebody write that down. What day is that? Next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday coming up. Next Tuesday. The 11th. What is Thursday of next week? No, after the 4th. 6th and the 11th. The 11th is probably when we're going to be uploading the test and going over it. Okay? The only thing y'all need to work on now is homework and send in your Ask My Instructor questions, and I will go over them for this class as well as the online class. 4.1, 4.2, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.5. 6 sections of homework. Y'all have a good weekend and keep between the